Hey guys, it's Amanda, and today I want to show you how I am flipping from eBay to Amazon using the software Flipmine. So let's dive in and I'll show you all my filters and everything that I do to find items off of eBay and flip them onto Amazon. So this is Flipmine, flipmine.com. This is a website that pulls data from eBay and that you can flip onto Amazon for a profit. So I love this. This is my one main sourcing for eBay to Amazon when I want to find new items. This is the best place to start. So here you can try a demo, try it out, see how it works for you. You can also do a free trial. I also do have a link at the bottom, so please click on that link and it'll take you to a free trial and you can get signed up and everything like that. So let's go ahead and get signed in. Alright, so let's get signed in. And I like starting off with a blank screen. I like to add in what I want to do for the day. My mood changes. So some days I want to do DVDs, some days I want to do tools, some days I want to do Barbies or anything like that. So it just depends. So I like starting with a clean slate and then kind of going from there. So these up here, the new rule these are the filters you can add in. So I always start with condition because I only go with new products. I don't personally like used. It's just not in my business model. So then I could, then there's so many to choose from. Like Amazon FBA to FBM price difference, that's really good for when you're doing books. You want the FBA and FBM pretty close. You don't want like a $20 gap between them. Amazon price, I like filtering this and putting like $80 or $100 or more because I don't want to sell anything less than like $12. So sometimes it's nice to go for those higher items. Categories, let's just go through what kind of categories there are. There's baby, books, business and industrial, and these numbers right here are how many are in that section right now. Like business and industrial, 61,000. Like there's so much opportunity there. Same with camera and photos, and a lot of these items and categories also have subcategories. Electronics, 18,000. I love electronics. Movies and TV, 58,000. And then, smaller like pet supplies. I don't do grocery, so grocery is not on here because I don't think that you can flip grocery from eBay to Amazon. That's kind of weird, but my opinion. So there's so many categories that you can really choose from. But for today's purposes, let's go to, let's do movies and TV. Why not? I do enjoy movies and TVs. I do love flipping them. And so then keywords. Keywords are good when you want to avoid something. So if you're wanting to do, let's say Lego sets. Let's say you want to add the keyword that doesn't contain the words damaged or broken or missing. Those are really good to add in there. The number of new Amazon sellers is really important because I always add in like 3 or more because anything less could be a private label or the brand itself is selling on it and you want to avoid selling with the same brand. The number of used. Profit, I do like adding a profit of greater than 8. I do have a strict $10 profit or more, but the 8 gives me some wiggle room to negotiate with the eBay seller to either put in a best offer or send them a message, anything like that. So I do like the profit. ROI, I do like a ROI greater than 30%. For the longest time, I didn't put in ROI because I didn't think it was mattered. But this filters out anything less, any of the kind of the garbage that are like, 8% ROI. I don't want to deal with. I don't even want to look at that. So this helps me to weed out the smaller ROI items. Also, I do have a strict 40%. And so the 30% gives me that wiggle room again to negotiate. If I'm just a couple dollars, away from a deal, I can just send a best offer, everything like that. And then sales rank. Sales rank is very important, especially when it comes to DVDs. I do not want to mess with anything lower than 10,000 rank. So I'll do 15,000, and I just kind of like keeping a small gap, so we'll do 80,000. I like fast selling items. These will sell really fast, but then they're not too fast to where they could have an issue or an IP complaint. And let's keep going. You can do subcategory, like in movies, you could do Blu-ray and everything like that. eBay best offer enabled, that means that they will have their best offer, and that's great. I love that, adding that sometimes. I don't do eBay listed price. eBay price, sometimes it's nice, but I would rather not. I just don't want to put it on there. eBay quantity, I use this quite often when I'm not sourcing DVDs. I'll do this for a lot of like my tools. I'll say, okay, I want the remaining quantity of 4 or 5 maybe, and that way I can buy that eBay seller's whole stock and flip it. That's kind of when I'm like, I need to source, but I need to like get a bulk order. So and then I don't really do the eBay seller or the feedback or anything like that. I know a lot of people do the eBay positive feedback. It's just not something that I put into my filters. It is something I look for when I'm sourcing, but it's just not something that I have as like a filter. And then eBay seller is really nice, especially when you have a store that you see like they have a coupon. Like if you buy 2 or more items, you get like a 20% off. I like to stick their name in here, and then filter out all of their products, and then hopefully you'll find a deal or 2 that you can take advantage of that discount. I have a couple stores that I do that with on a regular, and I always find stuff. So, but let's just do the Amazon price. Let's do greater than, let's say 50. That's a good, a good rule. So let's just look at all of the conditions and filters that we have. We have new with DVDs or movies and TV with an $8 profit, 30% ROI, with 15 to 80,000 sales rank, and a $50 Amazon price. So we have 1,464 potential flips. Like, that's amazing. Like, I don't even think I can go through 1,400, almost 1,500 items. So that's a good start. So let's say you want to save this. So you can absolutely save this. You can just click over here, scroll down, and save this search. So let's call this, let's go 15K to 80K sales rank DVDs. Perfect. So then, when we want to come back, we can just add it. So you can also change the calculating profit with the Amazon price. You can change it to inferred, which is, I always keep it inferred. Used, I would never use used. You can do an automatic, the lowest FBA price, the buy box, and the buy box and the lowest FBA can be different. And then lowest offer, that will consider FBM and other third-party sellers. But I just do automatic. I don't care who has, I just want to know what the buy box price is, whether, whatever. It's just the automatic price. And then moving day average, I like 60 days. Sometimes I'll go 90. I feel like 30 days is too less of information. 60 days I feel like is a perfect round 2 months, how the product is going in that 2 months. And then filtering Amazon sales rank, I still, again, do 60 days. And yeah, so let's go through the filters that I have already saved. Okay, so I have a lot of the filters. So I have Barbies, and I go by sales rank, and then I have board games, and let's just click in them and see what I have as my filter. So as you can see, it pulls up, the dolls in category for new, a $50 Amazon price, I don't want LOL or the LOL dolls. I'm gated in those, and they take a lot of space in my filter. And I like sometimes a little slow selling Barbie. So I will go ahead and do that. And as you can see, it pulls up all these Barbies that have a great potential. And then I also have board games, card games, CD players, Christmas, crafts, Cricut, Cuisinart. I am ungated in Cuisinart and Cricut. And so that is why I have each category. And then Disney, Dungeons and Dragons, DVDs. I do have a lot of DVD filters, as you can see. But I am the type of person that I don't like dealing with a large number of options. So breaking it down by these increments lessens those numbers to look at. Less overwhelming for me. Funkos, handheld games, label makers, music, Netgear. I don't use that anymore. Star Wars, toys, video games. You can add as many filters as you want, which I love. And there's just so many options on what you can filter. So let's go ahead and dive into a couple DVDs and see where we go. Okay, now that we have our DVD filters back, let's just go ahead and look through and see if we can find anything. See if we can get a match. So as you can see, the columns are set up, and you are able to change up the columns just by hitting this little gear. You can change everything here. It just really depends on what works for you. See, this is the thing that works for me, is seeing the pictures right in the front, the first thing. And then you can go by condition, eBay price, the sales rank, the profit, and broken down by like the buy box, the fees, and everything like that. And then your ROI, the inferred buy box right there. And then the eBay image, the Amazon image, and then eBay title and Amazon title. To be quite honest, I kind of ignore most of this. I take a glance at the sales rank. I don't even look at the eBay price, and I don't look at the inferred buy box, because a lot of times the information is incorrect. Like the eBay price isn't incorrect, but a lot of times the inferred buy box is incorrect. So what I like to do is I like to make sure that the images match. So those look the same. Those look the same. And you can they look like, and then there's this red line right here. This red line indicates that I'm gated in this. So you have to make sure that you are connecting your Amazon Seller Central to Flipmine, so then it tells you when you're gated. But it looks like, like this would be a mismatch. Like I wouldn't even look at that. So let's just go through the first couple and see if, we find anything. So I like first clicking on the eBay image because I like to make sure it's new. A lot of times it's not new. The eBay seller just doesn't look at it new. And I like to kind of just take a glance. Like it looks pretty good. It's still sealed, and hopefully you see everything in the picture. They're not like cutting off like a corner or something. A lot of times they will try and hide the blemishes and stuff. So you want to make sure you view the whole product. And this is Doc Martin collection series 1 through 4. Looks pretty good, and it is for $26.95 with the shipping. Let's see. Okay, so then it's $22.95 or $26.95, excuse me, and then we'll go to the Amazon page and kind of just look at it. And as my first thing is, there's no new buy box, which that's not a deterrent for me anymore. It used to be, but items will still sell if the buy box is suppressed. And then this is my seller amp. And so let's say we sell it for $26.95. Let's just plug that in here. That's because we have that information. Let's look at the Keepa. It sells 9 times a month, which is pretty good. I like that. But there are a lot of sellers. And it's kind of a red flag that this person has it at $10.90 and everybody else is at either $29 or $59. So let's take a look and see why they're so low. And I just run through the Keepa chart, and I can do a whole new video about the Keepa chart and what to look for. But I like going to the data statistics and seeing who is this seller. This is Painting Fish 08. It looks like, let's look at their offers and see if maybe they have like a lot in stock. New Prime. I don't know why they are not showing up. There we go. And it looks like they just have the one. I'm not really sure. Okay. So let's say, I would say, let's look at the whole year. Let's kind of get more information. So this definitely goes up and down a lot. I obviously would like to sell at the 44 mark. Let's say if it's at 44, just to kind of like go in between like the 40 and the 50, 51. So let's just say 45. Let's actually go back up to the buy box statistics and see. Okay, see, this is where it gives us a better like indication of where this price has been the past 30 days. So 51 is a good option. So $51. And so this is a good example. So I would have a $6 profit for 22% ROI. I have a strict 40% and $10 profit. So I would have to get this for probably $20. Yeah, maybe 22. Yeah, 23 maybe. 22 is a good round number. And so it sells consistently. It looks like it was in good condition. So then we can go back here. We can do one of two things. We can then copy paste this into the we can copy and paste up in here, or we can send a message to the buyer. So let's contact the seller. Contact seller. Perfect. So I just write a quick message and then they will respond. That was the first one we've looked at, so we're off to a great start. So let's look at this second one. This is a 29,000 rank, $29.99 on eBay, and someone already purchased it. Let's go to this one, the X-Files. Now this is a stock photo. You know, proceed with caution, proceed at your own risk. I'm okay with stock photos. Some people are not. It just really depends on your comfort level and your business structure. I'm okay with it. So then we go over here and we go ahead and see, look at the buy boxes at $43.98. Sorry, I have all these pop-ups that drive me insane. And so Seller Amp is telling us this sells 7 times a month. And at $43.98, we would need it for $20. And so let's just scroll down and look at the Keepa. I mean, it's a very slow seller. Like, it's 1, 2, 3 times in February, 1, 2 times in March, 1, 2, 3. It was 7 times so far in April. Let's look at the whole year and kind of, like, it is consistent. Every green drop is a sale per se. And so it's consistent. And so and then let's just scroll down to the sellers and make sure that the brand isn't on this listing. It looks like they're not. And it looks like it's selling quite well at 56. And it looks like FBM is actually in the buy box. It is a little tempting to list it at the $70 mark, but history shows that it's never been that high. Like it was back in 2018, back in 2022 with Amazon at $100. I just don't think that that's really reliable. I would not think it would sell for 70. So I'm just going to put it where I think I'm going to sell it for, which is at 56. That's a pretty good indication of where it could sell. And then the buy box statistics also kind of gives you a little bit of information of like where the items are going for and who's rotating throughout the buy box and at what price point. As you can see, these three are rotating quite heavily around the 56 mark, and these are FBM. So this check mark indicates that this seller's FBA, and they're at $71, but they're only at 8%. So if I was FBA at 56, this would sell probably pretty quickly, which then brings our buy cost to $28.31. And so let's go ahead, and it is at $40.46. It's a little bit higher than what I would want. So let's just check the numbers and see. $40.46. Negative $3. You can definitely send a message, but I wouldn't. Undercutting them 50% is pretty high. So but yeah, that's kind of it for Flipmine. I just kind of wanted to show you the filters and how well you can go into a niche and just really fine tune. You can really, make this 8 higher. You can do the percentage at 100% and just go slowly down. It is really kind of just depending on what fits for you and your business model. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the different filters that I have set up and everything that I look into and how I've divided everything up with all my categories. If you have any questions, please just drop a comment and reach out and let's connect.